Alright, so here's a quick update. About 11:30 Sunday morning. The water still, has a green tint to it, but now it's starting to turn like a milky kind of white-green color. It's really windy out here too, and that's good. I had one issue last night. The pressure in the bucket was too high, and I popped the lid off. So that just meant that the water started coming out from underneath the lid in one corner. So what I did, I used the ball valve to reduce the amount of water that was flowing into the bucket, and that, I got that to a point where the lid would stay on. And then this morning I went out and I put some clamps on the bucket to hold the lid on. I opened up the ball valve just a little bit more, so I'll take you over and show you the clamps that I put on. So just real quick, here are the clamps that I put on top of the bucket just to keep the lid on a little extra tight. I was thinking about making maybe some kind of like wood, brackets that'll go around it. Maybe that's something I'll work on over the winter for next time. All right, here it is, Sunday night, 7 o'clock. So it's been about 27 hours since I started. And you can definitely tell now the water is much less of a bright green color. It's actually starting to get clear around the edges. So we'll just let the pump continue to run and check back on it tomorrow. All right, Monday morning, 7 o'clock. Looks much better. It's a lot clearer. Easier to see from in the house. Maybe I'll do a shot next time from upstairs. It's looking good. I will check back with it tonight. So here it is, Monday night, 6:30. Starting to get a lot clearer. But what I want to do now is I'm going to go over and open up the filter and put some more chlorine in it. After running for 48 hours, consecutive, it probably has used up all of those chlorine pills. So it's time to put some new ones in. So let's go over there and put some more chlorine in, because that's really the thing that cleans up the water. Okay. So I don't know if these clamps are really doing anything. Looking good. Can you see inside there? Yeah, you can see. Alright, so it's pretty clear. So I'm just going to throw these chlorine pills in here. No, okay, so they're still, looks like they're still decent size. Alright, so I'm not going to put these in here then. It's they're still good. So I just wanted to make sure that if I was running out, I got some more in there. All right. Well, since I have some in there and they're not dead yet, I don't need to put any more in. Let me go turn the pump back on. All right. So here's a shot from upstairs. You can see that the water is really starting to match the color of the cover, which means it's really starting to clear up. It's not that lime, bright green, antifreeze looking green color anymore. So this is the Monday night time period. It's about 6:45. All right, here it is, Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Getting pretty clear now, but you can almost start to see the bottom of the cover. So it's working. There's just another shot, Tuesday night. It's looking a lot clearer now. You can see the hose, discharge hose on the pump, bottom of the pool. All right, here it is, Wednesday night. It's about 5:45. It's looking pretty good. Water's very clear now. Obviously it's got pollen and dirt on the surface, but underneath that, it's very clear. I can see the bottom of the pool pretty much all over the place, or the top of the cover. Alright, so here's just a close-up. It's Thursday night. The water's pretty clear. It looks good, so it's time to start pumping this underneath the cover. Before I do that, I'm going to back flush it. So let me show you how that works. Alright, so the first step to back flushing is to hook up the hose to the discharge tube. And all I do is I unscrew the hose from the lid, take the discharge tube, and I just push them together. You know, that's it. There's no clamping. You know, this is not a 20-minute operation. So that's one tip too. When you buy your discharge hose, get one that fits snug on the end of your hose, and you can do this really easily. So now we'll go turn on the pump, and we're going to be pumping water up through the bottom of the bucket. Alright, so now I have you set up looking at the bucket, and I'm about to go turn on the hose to start the back flushing. So let me go turn on the pump. Alright, so you can see now that the pump is on, the water is coming up through the bottom of the bucket, and it's going to start to push up all of the dirt and everything that's in there. The sand's not going to come out. The sand is heavier than the water, so it always sinks. We just want to get whatever this, pollen and other, whatever dirt is in there. So I just let this overflow the top for a minute or so it starts to look clear on the inside. I don't think you have to worry about this water hurting your plant. It's not. I know it's got a little bit of chlorine in it, but it's just like when you splash around in the pool. It's not like it's super concentrated, deadly or anything. So I'll just let that run for a minute. It's pretty clean. I don't think there was a lot of particles or anything going in there. We're not really getting too much sediment into the filter yet. That's going to happen when we start to put the water under the cover as we begin to reduce the volume of water available to the pump. So it looks like it's getting clear, so let me go turn off the pump again. Alright, so that's it. The pump's off now. I'll just hook everything back up, except the only difference this time is I will put the discharge hose from the pump under the pool cover. And I'll also check the status of the chlorine pills, and if we need to put any more in there, I'll put a couple in. I could see one before I started the back flush. I'll check and see where the other ones are. Alright, so real quick, here's the status of the chlorine pills. Big one is the one that I put in 2 days ago when I did that inspection on Tuesday night, I think it was. So the other two are what's left from the original big chlorine pills we put in on Saturday. So that's been Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 5 days. I can't find the third one. I'm sure it's about the same size. So those are pretty much been eaten up. So I'm going to throw a couple more in here because I just, I want this water to be nice and chlorinated, and it's going into the pool now. So I'll throw a couple more of those in there, and then we'll get this discharge hose under the cover and pump the water underneath the cover. All right, before I throw the discharge hose under the cover, I'm just going to run the filter for a minute just to make sure that any sand or dirt that was dislodged by the back flushing process doesn't go into the pool. You can see the water's coming out nice and clear out of the discharge hose. See if I can crank it up to full speed. Alright, well, I'm satisfied that the water is coming out nice and clean. There's no sand or anything coming back out through the filter. So what I'm going to do is put this discharge hose under the cover now.